and welcome back. Or if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Leah. Thank you so much for joining me here today. For today's video, I'm taking a spin on that $1,000 fantasy cart that Emily Noel, I believe, started. I was watching Smoky Glow and she was doing an indie fantasy cart with $1,000, I believe, and she had watched it from someone else. I will try and leave all those people and the chain of things in the description box below on who started it and that sort of thing. But yes, this was originally inspired by Emily Noel's $1,000 fantasy shopping cart from Sephora, and I watched again Smoky Glow, who did the indie makeup fantasy cart. Yes, train of thought. There we go. So yes, that's what today's video is going through some indie makeup and what I would purchase if I had $1,000 given to me to buy these things. Now, when I originally did my $1,000 Sephora fantasy cart, I converted it all to Canadian dollars because on the Sephora app, it's already in Canadian dollars. However, going through these, I mean, some of them are in Canadian dollars because that's just the way the site converted it to. Some of them were in pounds, so then I converted it to Canadian dollars, and some were in US dollars. So we're just going $1,000. Some of these might be Canadian, they might be American. It doesn't matter. We're going to cap it at $1,000, and if the exchange rate fluctuates and whatnot, we're going to be okay with that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so most of these things, I'm just going to lay it out here. Most of these things are eyeshadows because that's what I gravitate towards, and a lot of times that's what you see, at least when you're going through like Instagram and stuff like that. That's what's portrayed a lot of the time on these indie brands. I think that's because that's kind of what sells, pulls people into the brand, and then they have other things as well. So because that's kind of what I see, that's kind of what I gravitated towards. But again, there's a couple other things mixed in here too. Okay, so we're going to get things going. I have my computer here so I can see what I'm doing. Not very well because, I mean, it's literally 2 feet from me and I can't really see it. So you might see me going like this or squinting because I don't have contacts in and I don't have my glasses on. So, yay. Anyway, to start things off, we're going to start off with a set of brushes, and this is from the company Bristle's Beauty. They are a Canadian company, and they have some luxury brushes. I have known about them for a year now or so, I think, but they're expensive, so I never went out and purchased them. However, they started sending out PR to some YouTubers. Mel Thompson's one of them, and a couple of other people. So I've been hearing more about them now, and I'm like, yes. This is definitely something I would want. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 set brush, which is 9 brush set. There's 9 brushes in this set, and it is $198 for all 9 of them, which for good quality brushes is not bad. It's got 2 face brushes and then 7 eye brushes by the looks of it. So yes, I would like to start with that. That would be the top of my list. Next up, we are moving over to Zoeva. I know this is more of a mainstream brand, especially over in Europe. I believe it's indie, because when I was looking at like indie specific Instagram accounts, this did come up, and I've always been interested in Zoeva. I have a couple of brushes that were gifted to me and I really do like them, but I've never tried their makeup. So there's a couple of things that kind of caught my interest. The first thing here is the Opulence blush palette or face trio. It looks like it has a highlighter and 2 blushes in it. I just think going into fall, those are beautiful colors. And oh, where did my thing go? Here we go. And that retails for $19. And then they have the Melody palette. And this just looks so pretty. That purple, I think, is the thing that does it for me. Otherwise, it's just completely neutral palette. But that purple makes it just look very feminine and pretty. So I would like to get that as well. And that is $28. Next up, we have another Canadian brand, and this is Clionadh Cosmetics. I had to restrain myself from wanting to buy every single thing they have in their stained glass collection. I didn't even bother going and looking at their other stuff, even though I know a lot of that is beautiful as well. I want their stained glass shadows though. I think they are beautiful. I decided on 2 different sets. I decided on, what was the first one called? I put my pad of paper here so I look a little bit. Anyway, I decided on the Iridescent Multi-Chrome Bundle Series number 2, and that has 9 shadows in it, and it's $155. And then I also decided on the Hybrid Multi-Chrome Bundle, which has 8 shades in it, and it's $125. So yeah, not cheap, but beautiful shadows. Yeah. Most people have probably heard of them, otherwise you're living under a rock. They're multi-chrome, they're just gorgeous. Most people that I've heard talk about them, if not everyone I've heard talk about them, they are expensive, but everyone just raves about it and the quality of it. The next thing I would like to get my hands on is from Storybook Cosmetics. Just the whole aesthetics of this brand is really intriguing to me. I love reading, I love books, and you know, just the packaging alone on this really makes me want to try it. I'm a little sad and, you know, maybe feeling like I might be missing out because everything it looks like on their site is on sale. So I don't know if they're going out of business or what's going on with them. But, I mean, the Briar Rose palette, which is one that I'd be most interested in, I just like the packaging of it and the colors that are inside. That one is on sale for $20, so I would pick that up before it's gone. Next up is Gimme Glow Cosmetics, and I did pick a face powder from this one. It is the Banana Cream Pie face powder, and it says on the site that it's like a setting powder and a finishing powder in one. And that's really intriguing to me, and they have different shades. It's a loose powder, which I don't gravitate towards normally, but I would be open to try this out, and it retails for $17.25. Then there are 14 single shadows that I really want to try. I should stop looking at my computer. I'll look at you. There are 14 single shadows that I want to try. They are each $7. And so I want to try the shades Gossip Girl, Trust Fund, Private Jet, Americano, Mushroom, Icy Frap, Joker, All of You, On Ice, Faded, Space Dust, Satellite, Concrete Jungle, and Storm. Now, there's a couple companies that have done this, and when they put up their Instagram, they'll do swatches with like 4 shades, and they're all monochromatic, and that's how I love color. I love seeing color. Like if you're going to do a bright blue look, I like seeing it with different shades of blue, not necessarily contrasting colors with it. And they're very good about putting Instagram posts up that have like kind of like 4 shades. So it's almost like you make your own quad with these things and you get this eye look. And I was suckered into a lot of it by a lot of those swatches that they put up. But they're all very beautiful shades, and a lot of the mattes go well with a lot of the shimmers that I picked, and they seem like they would be unique to my collection. So that is why all of those are on there. So that worked out to $98 for this or the 14 of those. Next up I have Looksy Beauty, and they had a bunch of stuff on sale actually. Instead of $5, their single shadows were down to $3, at least the ones that I picked, and I picked 7 of them, so that would work out to $21. And again, they're just very unique to my collection. They're duochrome or multi-chrome, and they just have that different, they're just unique. There's something special about them. So I picked Angel Wings, Painted Lady, Flutter, Caterpillar, Salted Caramel, Mint Chip, and Ube, something like that. I forget. It said how to pronounce it on the site. I can't remember now. But I picked those 7 shades. I'm going to have to buy a couple Z palettes apparently to go along with all these. Next up is Touch of Glam, and oh my goodness, these just look beautiful when you look at them. The pressing in the pan, it's an Etsy shop, so they're handmade, I'm assuming. But again, they remind me very much of the Clionadh stained glass, the jewel tones kind of set, and I'm very intrigued by these, even just the look of them in the pan. They do have a bundle of 6 multi-chromes for $135.77, and I want to get that one. They just look gorgeous. Next up is a brand that I found when I was kind of researching for this video and what I would want. I was just going through Indie Makeup Spotlight and a couple of other indie Instagram accounts, and this brand came up, and I had never heard of them before, and the packaging kind of intrigued me. And it's Unique Beauty. It's unique with an E at the beginning. But I just thought they looked, I mean, the shadows themselves look really nice too, and I like the color stories that they have in their palettes. So I picked out 3 palettes, and I picked out some of their foiled eyeshadows. So they have a 3 palette set, which retails for £45, or it's coming out. I don't know if it's released yet, which works out to $76.89. So you get the 3 palettes, which are Girl Trip, Fashionista, and Nightlife. And I just thought they were really unique. Just I don't know, I liked the packaging on it, but I liked the story. The packaging grabbed me, but I really like the colors that are inside as well. And then from their foiled shadows, 3 of them are £5 each, which works out to $8.54. So I want Tomorrowland, Lagoon, and Bora Bora. And then there's another foiled one that is £4, which works out to $6.83, and it's the shade Arctic, or Arctic. Yeah, I mean Arctic. Now the next brand is one that I again found when I was going through Instagram. It caught my eye. It's caught my eye several times because there are often ones that will put the swatches together of like a matte with a shimmer that kind of is monochromatic, and I really like that. That always catches my eye, and so this brand did that. And I only picked 2 shadows from them because they're beautiful and I really like the names. The one is Periwinkle, the shade, and then the other is Peritwinkle. I just thought that was very clever. Anyway, they're $10.58 each, so a total of $21.16 for those 2. And then the last brand that I'm going to go to and purchase things from with my $1,000 is from Sydney Grace. I do really like this brand. I have their Enduring Love palette, which is just amazing quality, amazing shadows. I love them so much. I have a couple of highlighters and some single shadows from them as well. But, you know, Mel Thompson, I wasn't initially interested in this palette, and then I started seeing looks and swatches from different people, and the Tiny Marvels palette is one that I want to get now as well. I had enough money left over, so I figured why not go and get that. So yeah, the Tiny Marvels palette retails for $52, so that will be the last item on my list for my $1,000 fantasy indie makeup shopping cart. So the grand total of everything that I have here, if I added it up right, is $999.52. We are not worrying about tax. We are not worrying about duties and customs and shipping and all that stuff. We're just saying it's all free and clear on that end of things. This is just the retail pricing. There are, I'm sure, tons of other brands out there that I've missed that I would love to try, and I should probably try to focus more outside the eyeshadow realm of things, but they definitely caught my eye, these eyeshadows. A lot of the single ones, I'm not necessarily drawn to them, but when they're in bundles like this, I think I'd be more likely to pull them and use them because I would set them up as like little palettes and that sort of thing. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what sort of indie brands you enjoy using, and especially outside of the eyeshadow sphere of things. Can you give suggestions for like powders or foundations or concealer? Well, anything really. Highlighters and eyeshadows I think are fairly easy to find, and find things that are unique and that are good. And you see that, at least for me, I see it popping up on my Instagram feed a lot. Again, Instagram is kind of where I went to for this. But yeah, I would be curious to know about brands out there and what they carry in other things, whether it be lipsticks, not necessarily liquid lipsticks, but lipsticks in general. And again, pretty much anything besides highlighters and eyeshadows, because I got lots here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.